Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Care at 144, happy to bring you this reading. This reading is for those who have their sun sign in Pisces moon. We are calling this the Daytime Pisces reading, only because you magical Pisces out there, the way that your readings fell, they have combined, and I didn't even do it on purpose. I began doing my YouTube channel in the fall of last year and began with Pisces moon reading signs a little bit after that. And so now it's time for the Pisces sun reading, whereas it's also time for the Pisces moon reading. So I decided to go ahead and call this reading the Daytime Pisces reading and the Pisces moon reading the Nighttime Pisces reading. So just having a little fun with it, trying to keep the distinguishment and the uniqueness of it, because there are different names for different reasons, different energies for different reasons, and so we are going to try to respect that and honor that. So for this reading, I am going to be using the Tarot of a Moon Garden tarot deck. Got my deck right here. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling. I think I'm going to shift myself so I can get a little bit closer. Just go ahead and rotate, and rotating counterclockwise if that means anything. Okay, that's better. Alright, hopefully I don't bump anything too much here. Or become too shadowy. I'll do my best. I'm going to pay attention to that as well. So, Pisces. Just sending love to you all. Just feel you all enjoying yourselves, your lives, taking each moment and making the best of it, and any opportunities that come your way, able to keep swimming. Thank you, Spirit. This is for the Daytime Pisces, Pisces Sun. This is also for anyone who's guided to this message, or if you have strong Pisces energy in your charts. Just a couple more times. And we'll get started. Take a deep breath here. That was a really deep breath. That's good though. That's what's needed. Alright, so I'm gonna leave this here. I got my window up and I'm rolling my sleeves down because it gets cold. Alright, so I'm going to do, this is going to be an 8-card spread for the sun signs. Normally I do a Celtic spread, and this, I'm just feeling 8 and 8 for Daytime Pisces and Nighttime Pisces. So I'm going to do 8 cards for this reading. Scoot back a little bit. Oh my goodness. And then 8 cards for the Pisces moon reading. Alright, so the first card. Beautiful. We have the moon, and I was kind of inspired to dive into that. As much as I try to separate the sun and the moon, Pisces, you are one entity that is super supreme and magical all in itself. So I tried, but here we are with the moon sign. And so with this, I feel like we are coming from a new moon, actually, that took place yesterday. And so I feel like coming from this new moon, you have been able to release. You are in a much stronger position, a much better position for yourself. You have come through a lot of darkness, where there's possibly been a lot of awakening, awareness, some sadness, some tears, But again, you have persevered through this and have become a stronger, much stronger person today. I feel like with this being the first card that's coming out for an 8-card spread, this is something that you are coming from or that you are experiencing right now. There are a lot of beautiful things that are happening for you and in order for you to experience the greatness and the greatest things that are to be in your life, this is a path that you must walk and go through. There's a bridge here as well, so I feel like you're possibly definitely getting over some things, bringing some things together as well. I feel like you've been doing a lot of hard work and have, along your path, built up different what's the word I'm looking for? So just say like on one part of your path, you build one part of your castle, another part of your path, you build another part of your castle, and now you are in a place where you have built a bridge, you have some kind of access to a bridge where you are able to bridge these two castles together. And I feel like this may be coming upon the awareness of others who may have underestimated you, who felt that you weren't capable, who doubted you, who didn't believe in you. And because of that as well, there may be some regret from others who may have had an opportunity with you, to work with you, and may have sabotaged it in some kind of way. And this is coming to light as well. A lot of things are coming to light on both ends. Whether it be your end, what's going on, with you, and then what's going on outside of you. So this is also a great first card because this is your card. That's making a very strong statement about how you feel about yourself and your placement and your energy and your foundation. And so again, too, as I was saying, with the new moon that we are coming from, we're heading towards a full moon. And so because we have released a lot, we are able to fill up with things that we know are for our greatest good. After gaining knowledge and wisdom, after going through experiences, knowing what we want and what we don't want, it's like a filter. A filter that is being used to help us to be able to move forward in the way that we wish to see even more for ourselves. Definitely a highly spiritual card. This is a majority of it having to do with the spirituality within you. That moon sign that we were, or should I say trying to keep separate, but there's definitely a connectedness here with some illumination as far as happiness and as far as sadness. But combining it all combines to bring a midpoint here in between these two beautiful castles to make something and create something that's great. So let's see, excuse me, the second card is the Seven of Swords. So with the Seven of Swords, I would just say this is more of a energy that's being exposed. Given that this is the moon sign, make sure these are straight. So as I was saying, with some possible regret, there just may have been some actions that were taken that were towards you, having nothing to do with you, but everything to do with other energies outside of you who may have been seeing you and watching you. I'm seeing the snake type energy here. I'm just getting someone may have turned their back on you, and this was the behavior. This is that Seven of Swords behavior. Someone may have turned their back on you. Also, like there's a cluster. I'm seeing this as a cluster of some kind of work to block a path of fulfillment towards that full moon energy. I want to say that maybe the waxing moon is very significant for you. You may have been born during a waxing moon, and this energy is very vital for you. And I feel like the Seven of Swords energy may have possibly known this, may have possibly known a lot about you. There's an ambulance coming, and I just take that as confirmation, and a fire truck. Possibly also distractions as well. Just, I feel like with that cluster there, it could have been a collaboration of some sorts of a group where there was some bullying, some immature behavior, low vibrational type stuff. And it all had to do with Swords energy is air, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I want to say because this cluster is elevated, that it has to deal with the mental. Also because it's a Swords card. Sevens usually speak to me about being on a path, a particular path. And so I definitely feel like this was some kind of blockages having to deal with a destined path. Coming from dry land and desert and not really knowing a whole lot. But as you're trying to move forward and discover what it is that you need to know, you've had some energies get in the way. And I feel like the snake, maybe like I'm hearing like a ringleader, maybe the ringleader of this. And how do I want to say this? So this could all be like spiritual type energy. So this could be a cluster of energies that are working together spiritually, not really necessarily knowing each other in the physical. And maybe they do, and maybe they don't. And then I also feel like there may be two type energies that are a part of this group as well. I feel like this is one group. There were two energies a part of this as well who may have been on the sidelines and not necessarily speaking up or saying anything, but their presence is there. I feel like they're a little bit more grounded than these energies here who actually participated and reacted and acted out and didn't necessarily follow the order of this snake here. And you can see like the toxicity, I would say, because of this flower and the way that this flower is bent over, almost like it's dying. Can see that there. And then too, also because of the row of flowers and the richness of this and the way that it's got a good essence to it, I feel like these two spirits here may have been a part of this group, not really wanting to be a part of this group, but a part of this group as some kind of sacrifice of some sorts. But they do have this good energy that is surrounding them. They're just sitting again, where they're also in this darkness as well, because they're also sitting here, I feel like, and kind of watching and not necessarily saying anything. And so that's kind of some low vibrational energy as well. So it's all one, I would say, collaborative effort here. And I'm seeing you as this moon here that's attempting to move forward. But that waxing energy that is moving towards the full moon energy. That full moon energy, again, is something that is significant for you. The waxing moon energy as well. Something about that particular time period. And I want to say, too, that during this time period, you may have felt like you were all alone and no one was there to help you. It may have felt like absolutely no one. Like even if, you know, you feel like you have some people that have passed in your life who have been kind of there with you and have been your guides, you have just felt totally, completely, and absolutely alone. And just know that you are not. You never are. This is why, if you come across this reading, why you are here today. You are loved. You are appreciated. You are here for a reason. And you have something very special and magnificent to offer to this world. And don't let anybody tell you any different or make you feel any kind of way that's different than that. I feel like, and looking at this while I'm saying that, I just want to say that you are the sun. I feel like this encompasses you right here with this, the nighttime Pisces and the daytime Pisces. And even though I consider this to be an outside energy, anything that we see outside of us is usually a reflection of what we are feeling within. And so even though this may be an outside energy who is in some kind of regret, there may be some kind of way that you're feeling this way with some kind of situation, whether it pertains to that energy or not. But you are the sun. You are the sun. That sun that is coming out and representing both energies of light and dark encompasses your whole. So you are a magnificent being. And given that this is the second card, and in front of the moon, like I feel like this is what's being uncovered. This is what's being brought to light for you to be able to help you to move and to become empowered, more enlightened, more strong, with more courage, so that you can fulfill your purpose in life and continue to live in peace, joy, happiness, and abundance. The third card is the Two of Staffs. So I definitely feel like you have someone who is here to help you. This is speaking definitely to say, hey, I've got your back. You're not alone. And this is just what I was saying here. So I definitely take this as a sign that someone or something, some energy is in your life or coming into your life who is wanting to offer you the world and to work with you. Staffs are usually wands cards, rods cards, which is fire energy, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. I'm getting more of Leo or Aries with this card. I'm seeing here too this similar row of flowers as I was speaking about this energy over here. And this one is a little bit more strong than this one. I feel like just because this is a little bit closer to the snake, that this one may be like a sidekick or a best friend or someone who just kind of kisses somebody's ass, but they don't really feel like they're in between. They're in that gray area of black and white, but that's a whole different spirit. This one here, I'm just feeling like because they're farther away and they're also more into the plants and abundance, this is that same row here. And I feel like because they are mirroring each other in these energies, in these cards, that this is that same energy. So there may be someone here who really cares about you and is watching this happen and doesn't like it, and this is helping them to transform in some kind of way and awaken. And this Two of Staff energy, I'm getting just that they want to be there to help you. They see everything that you have been doing. They see you putting those beautiful castles together, everything around these castles, not even just the castles, but the energy around these castles, the way that you have designed these castles, the particular way that you have built this fortress here. This particular energy has been watching this and has seen this the entire time and want to offer this to you. They are a magical being as well. I feel like they're getting closer and closer to you. This may become more clear and more evident as we get closer to that full moon. And what did I just say about blocking towards a full moon energy? And so I'm definitely feeling like there may be some kind of blockages here, or just necessarily things that you have to work through in order to bring your staff to the table, is what I'm hearing. In order to bring your staff to this table here where you have this offer that's coming, this is the offer that's coming, and I just feel like as you continue to work through this and move forward, this is what you're moving forward, is that full moon energy right here. There are seeds that have been sown, there are good buds that are coming from this, and so definitely something that is deserved, that you have definitely worked hard for. I feel like this person has built up their own abundance, and that is the, you know, signs of this right here, what they have been working on. And I only say this as mirroring energy. They have a castle here as well. I feel like they have, the way that it is sitting, like it's been here for some time, and so they've kind of been building up their fortress as well, their energetic abundance, stability, foundation. They have all this already and have been continuing to work hard for what it is that they have and what it is that they are now wanting to offer to you. I'm getting Pegasus energy as well. This may be a tie between these two energies, the Two of Staves. Twos, for me, speak about partnership, coming together. This could also be speaking of a duality of some sorts. Gemini energy as well. Even though we have staff energy here, we do have a swords card here. So this may be a Gemini, or they may have strong Gemini in their chart. I feel like they are definitely into herbals of some sort, whether that be flowers or marijuana. But some definite illumination is to come, and I definitely feel like with a full moon cycle, whether it be the one that is upcoming, and I do feel like it is the one that is upcoming, only because the time is always now to be in the present, and as we're getting these energies, depending on also when you come across this message. But this full moon energy is very strong. It's definitely going to be bringing about some things, helping energize all of this and bring this forth so that some changes can come about. 7 and 2, 2 taken away from 7 is a 5. Like, we could add that up, but we already have a 9 here, and actually if we do add this up to a 9, we'll have 2 9s there. So that is also speaking of completion and just being in a place where 2 individuals are at 9s and ready to come together and come to their 10s. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. But 2 taken away from a 7 comes down to a 5. 5s definitely are about change, going on adventures, doing things that are fulfilling our soul's purpose and our soul's path. Getting rid of the unwanted and being in a receptive place to allow what is to come, that is meant for us, that is fated for us, that is destined for us. But that row of red flowers, and that red flower could be any kind of red flower, take it as it resonates. This person has a lot that they want to say. Definitely from the voice, not necessarily anymore from the mental. I feel like there was some telepathic communication, some sacral chakra work had to be done as far as that was concerned, because it was coming from an extension that needed to come more from the heart, and this is more away from the heart, whereas this blue is more surrounding that heart energy space there in comparison to this. So that's what I'm getting with that 2 of Staves there. Show that straight. All right, and then the 4th card we have is the 5 of Swords. So I'm definitely feeling like almost like a roller coaster you may feel like you're on, and that's okay, because as you continue to move forward, I feel like with anything that kind of comes towards you, you're able to take care of it. With each cycle, tools are gained, things are learned, and the best thing that you can do for yourself is to take those tools and to use those to your advantage. Definitely was speaking of 5 energy here. We have a 5 here. And so that kind of puts a stamp on what needs to be done and what needs to be taken care of. And it's so funny too, because I'm looking at these 3. I just feel like it's possible too, like as we started out with this 7, we eliminated these 2 because these 2 energies down here are kind of, you know, separate from this bunch that's trying to keep a block of energy on a path. And I feel like as you are continuing to move forward and you are receiving help and assistance, you're not alone. There is work that is being done with you and someone else, whether on their own or the energies that, you know, their spirit team, but there is a coming together where energies are collaborating and helping to get past and get through to get to the other side. And so we are coming from 5 swords up here that are in this kind of blockage way of this waxing crescent moon here. You can see here, that's that same moon there. And we see how much more clear it is now that we have this 2 of staffs here. We have this action, we have this collaboration here, we have this energy here that has come together with you to help you so that you don't have to feel like you are going through life alone. But notice too just how clear, how much more energetic space and protection is around this moon after going through this impactful 2 of staffs energy coming together and collaborating. Magical Pegasus energy, depending on, that may be in your chart. I would look into that. If not, just go ahead and look up Pegasus and I would do some research on that if you don't know already. But again, we have broken down these swords to 3 swords. So now there's 3 energies here that are kind of just like, we'll just kind of be here, you know, whatever. And this doesn't necessarily have to be people outside of you. It could be both. It could be people outside of you, and it could also be things that you are dealing with mentally in your headspace. There could be 3 separate situations now that you know, feel like you are definitely coming to a completion here, that you have someone by your side, that you have some assistance, you have some help. We've tackled, you know, a couple things here. We've gotten through some things. Now we have these 3. And so I feel like with the 5, you know, that's midpoint between the 0 and the 10. Time doesn't stop and there's always going to be that movement. And so, again, take the tools that you have. Realize that this may be even another opportunity for you to gain even greater tools. And do what it is that you do best. Continue to do what it is that you do best, because you are making progress with what it is that you're doing. And the evidence is here, because you've gone from the 7 to the 5 of swords here. And I'm hearing with this 2 of staffs here, you know, teamwork makes the dream work. There's 2 strong trees that I see here that are side by side. Both of them have aspirations, dreams, hopes, goals, wishes, and they're side by side. And I think that, you know, with this full moon energy coming about too, that they're seeing more and more of each other and just who they really are and the purpose of why they might be in each other's lives at this point. But it's all beautiful. And the way that it's popping, it is so distinguished from all these other cards here. There's more, definitely a high vibrational light to this Two of Staffs card. So some very strong and good loving energy in that card. As we continue to move forward to this full moon here that's upcoming. Or whenever you find this message, depending on when you find this message. Fifth card, and that's another 5. We have is the Lover's card, which is a 6. And I definitely feel like these are these two trees that have combined. Two trees that have separated coming into this world that have found them. I feel like you have come upon this energy in this lifetime here. This energy that is destined for you. This relationship. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partnership. This could be just an energetic soulmate who has come into your life as a very strong partner. I feel like you both encompass the same energies, but one of you emanates more of a masculine energy and the other one emanates more of a feminine energy. And you have made an agreement to be there for one another in this lifetime, and you are helping each other tremendously. You are guided together by your angels. And I feel like there is one particular loving energy that is watching over the both of you. Full of joy and happiness and peace. As these energies come together. I'm definitely feeling a lot of love here. And with this being under the moon card, I want to say too that this is something that may not be something that's able to be hidden any longer. "369 is a code that I consider to be of a friendship, of a deep friendship. And we don't have the 3 here, but I noticed that this was a 6, and that breaks down to a 9. And so we have 6 and 9. If we get a 3 in this group, that kind of, I would say, signifies what I'm speaking of here, of this whole reading here, and just an underlying, I feel like there's an underlying friendship, an underlying bond, where both of you, two energies, are going through a similar path. And now this could be romantic, and this could be in just a regular friendship, or it could be both. And it could be very eerily similar, that all of these paths are quite similar, but they're all different. But I'm definitely getting that there's a strong underlying foundation of friendship, that regardless of the way that any kind of paths that these may go, that friendship is going to be that foundational support for getting through this path. The Lovers is also opposite of the Devil card. And that came to mind, so I want to say that this is something that is definitely heavy on the mind. We do have 2 Swords energy cards here, where there's a certain mental state that's kind of being affected in some way. And so I'm just feeling like this, when I mentioned roller coaster earlier, just may have to deal with some ups and downs, a couple of waves here and there. But underneath all of this, we have that stability of partnership. And not just partnership outside of you, but partnership within you. And that's the reason why I feel like maybe you are receiving this physicality of a partnership on the outside, is because you have that partnership within yourself. So that's beautiful. Then I want to say too that if you don't have someone in your life, there definitely is someone that will be entering into your life as far as partnership in the romantic sense. I'm seeing the grace and the beauty and the essence of these beautiful flowers that are growing up and continue to grow up. I'm also seeing this red here that is popping out. It's almost like it's trying to hide itself, but it can't be hidden. And that's that same energy that I'm getting here and here with that red. So I definitely want to say that this could definitely be a significant romantic partnership. Even if we do have just a basic, or not necessarily a basic, but in comparison to a loving romantic partnership, a true friendship, a best friend of some sorts as well. Coming together of that as well. But a good union, a connectedness, maybe a little obsession, but it's to be expected. It's not something that can be helped, I feel. All right, so the 6th card. Oh, and I did want to mention too, when I was talking about the numbers, and we had that as the 5th card, and it being a number 6, 6 and 5 is 11. 11 may be significant. 11 adds up to a 2. So just kind of confirming the whole partnership foundation that continues to speak in this reading. So the 6th card that we have is the Knight of Swords. So this is another Swords card, and because it is a Swords card, I want to say that because it's underneath the 7 of Swords, that it's possible that this snake energy, this Knight of Swords energy, might be the leader of the pack, even though this is a Knight of Swords. But definitely, I want to say, automatically I'm noticing that the size of this snake is false. Like they may be coming off, like, and it almost may be hidden to a point, but no longer being able to be hidden, as I was saying when these 2 cards first came out. No longer able to be hidden. Someone's showing their ass. So a pattern that may have been taking place where someone was trying to keep up a certain way of appearing. Like I'm getting like snake, not necessarily a snake charmer, but just someone who's like, I can really see the snake like really manipulating a lot of this energy up here. That's in the path of this waxing moon here, this energy that I do believe is you. But because this is right underneath that 7 of Swords here, I definitely feel like this Knight of Swords, a very defensive energy, who is highly focused on the past. The snake, I feel like this is the, even though it's a dragon, like this is the snake. This is that energy of that snake. It's actually this large ass reptilian energy, and this person is very, very highly focused on things from the past. It's almost like they're confused because they are moving in the past and they're not moving forward, they're moving backwards. This dragonfly energy, possibly that sidekick that I was talking about in that 7 of Swords card that's closest to the snake right here. This could be that best friend or that sidekick that we were talking about. And they may have something to do with why this Knight of Swords is showing their ass as well. Maybe because I'm getting different colors with this, like something has faded away with this energy, this best friend or sidekick. Something has happened or has changed with that sidekick or that best friend, and I feel like a lot of things on the outside of this person are taking place, and this is definitely affecting their headspace, so much so that they are acting out more in the headspace energy and not necessarily in the physical, but it is becoming very evident, it is becoming clear and very apparent, and it is not a very feel-good energy. It is a forceful energy. It is a passive aggressive energy. It is a unwanted energy. And so if you are experiencing this in your life from someone else outside of you, continue to bless them and see them in a good light. Send them to the universe and hand it over so that you are able to continue to move forward. Continue to move forward, eliminating a lot of that unwanted mental energy that is surrounding you. Staying in a good space for you, meditating, taking the time to breathe, to dedicate a lot of loving energy to yourself so that any kind of things like this, because of some things that may have happened in the past that you have now healed from because you are moving forward, is no longer affecting you like it's affecting this particular energy. And then I would say also to just overall send loving energy to anything that is coming from an unwanted or a negative space. Bless it and move forward. A lot of love is needed. And anything is possible. So just know that. And two, now that I'm seeing this too with this Knight of Swords here in front of this Lover's energy, this could have been that connection with this particular energy where it's, I want to say more of a flighty type relationship and not necessarily well, no, I'm not going to say that. Anything is possible because I definitely feel like the twos are speaking of a stable foundation and having that kind of stability. So there was some possibility of, like, there was potential here, but I feel like because of this energy here, that potential of this, and I feel like too, this is what they're also reflecting on as well, is what could have been and isn't necessarily so anymore. So there was potential, and there's always potential, and there's always possibility. I definitely do feel, though, that this underlying energy of this reading is all dealing with twos and partnership and stability and foundation, and making sure that that is strong, because that is part of your purpose and fulfillment here in this life. We do have a lot of swords energy, and so I do feel like this is something that you have had to tackle and to overcome and persevere through. Because again, as I was saying about kind of like a roller coaster or wavy type energy, you have a swords card every other card. And so it's almost like, you know, you get through one level, you go up to the next level. So it's just, this is like, and I might just go ahead and title this a leveling up. Like you're leveling up. Leveling up. Definitely leveling up. All right, so the seventh card is the Six of Pentacles, and I'm hearing balance. I'm also hearing breadcrumbs. So it's possible that this energy, as they have their back turned to this and they're more focused on what they could have had, not necessarily focused on offering this balance that is coming about energetically and is going to happen regardless of the choices of this particular energy. It's under the Two of Staffs, so I feel like this particular energy that's offering the world that stability that is here for you, that is your promise, is coming into play for you. This is another six. Sixes I always associate with unconditional love, agape love. So even if there may have been some breadcrumbing in the past, there is balance that is being restored. Pentacles is all about stability and foundation. This is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Sixth house energy as well. And so I definitely feel with all these swords cards energy, there is some balance here coming as well in the mental state. And so a good amount of healthiness that I feel like you have been working on for yourself. You are bringing this balance into your life by doing the work that you have done within yourself. And because you have been working on both your masculine and feminine energies coming into union, having balance within yourself and your chakras, that is it's beginning to show in your outer, as we have the Two of Staffs cards, and then we have the Six of Pentacles. Staffs is, again, the Wands or the Rods cards, which deals with structure, community, home, or work. And then we have the Pentacles card, which is about material, physical, wealth, and overall this card meaning a balance, having a balance. And so we've got 3 pentacles here, 3 pentacles here. I definitely feel like these are more of the physical pentacles, and then these are more of the elevated pentacles that are within you. This balance that is within you, this flourishing that is taking place within you, and the beautiful foundation that these pentacles have been able to grow from. This is what you have planted, the seeds that you have planted, the beautiful way that you have watered and nurtured your seeds, and now the flourishing and amazing, magnificent way that they are growing, and the abundance that is coming into your life. This is here, and this is happening. Once we get past this Nine of Swords energy, which I feel like, because this is here and there is movement forward, and we do have this energetic clearing of space here, you are moving past that. And also to show too how we go from you to a swords to physical to a swords to a physical to a swords. Like I definitely feel like, and we're going into another material, foundational stability type card, that this is something that you have been moving towards and that you are gaining and continue to gain if you haven't already. And I see you here just kind of, and it's almost like you're hidden, like you're invisible. Like this may be you actually in hermit mode a lot of the time, just sitting and meditating, taking deep breaths, connecting with nature, becoming one, receiving the messages that are necessary for you in order for you to have clarity, for you to have peace, for you to have strength and the knowledge and wisdom that you need to be able to fulfill your soul's desire. Botanicals and herbs may have something to do with what it is that you are doing with your meditations, with your spiritual work. But your arms are open. So I also feel like too, because you are open to receiving, that you are allowing this balance to come in the way that it is supposed to, and not necessarily trying to control it. So that's beautiful. And I also feel too that you are doing this more in the nighttime, that you do have a certain spiritual guide that is with you, that is overseeing a lot of this and helping you along the way. And that this is also going to be more of a powerful statement with that full moon as well. We have 2 full moons that are lining up here. And so I definitely feel like this Two of Staffs energy, this is definitely someone, if they are not in your life right now, that is coming into your life to offer you the world. And to bring all that motherfucking balance back into your life, because you have been giving a lot. You have been doing a lot. You have been offering a lot. You have almost been a doormat, and you are no longer doing that because you are realizing that being that doormat, you are preventing yourself from what it is that you really want to do, the happiness, keeping yourself from the happiness that you want to see, because only you have control over you and no one else does. And I do believe that you are discovering this and coming more into your power and just being more empowered each step along the way of your path. It's like even if you were to delay this, like there's not really much more of a delay, because you do have, it's part of your purpose. as being a leader, to be the example for others, because we're not all the same. We all have different paths that are designed specifically for us. Whatever that result is meant to be lived up to, then that is what is for us. But I do believe that a lot of you as Pisces, Daytime Pisces, are meant to be examples and leaders. You've been through everything already, and that's why you are Pisces. And so this is, I feel like this is a huge gain. Like, this may be a Six of Pentacles, but this gain is like, I definitely feel like, because this is about balance being restored, that there is a definitely large gain that is to come to bring about that balance because of all that you have done in the past. The last card, the 8th card. Dun, 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 dun. We have the Emperor. For show. For show. For show. So this may be you, or this may be, I feel like this is more of what is destined for you, just as I was saying. And I feel like this is like almost like a mic drop, because this is exactly what I was speaking on. This is what is meant for you, what is designed for you. So, you know, as you are this Emperor energy, this is what you are going to see reflected back to you. I definitely feel like this is someone that is coming towards you, that partnership and that Two of Staffs energy. The Emperor to the Empress, the Empress to the Emperor, whichever one it is for you, take it as it resonates. But this energy is here, it is within you, and because it is within you, this is what is coming towards you. This person is responsible, they are stout, they are confident, they are magical, they are powerful. I'm seeing this, and it may not necessarily be, but I'm seeing this as a full moon. I want to say that it is. I feel like it is. And so, confirmation, full moon, full moon, full moon. Everything's matching up here. Aries energy, strong Aries energy. Could be having strong Sagittarius energy in their chart as well. With the arrows here, I'm getting more of a Cupid type energy, like someone's been having their eye on you and acting like they are not, as they are looking away off into the distance, like they don't see anything around them, but they're fully aware of what is going on. It's almost like they are manifesting it and making it happen. So they definitely know and are assured by what they are seeing. Just seeing these arrows here and then how they're kind of hiding a little bit. I do feel like this is some love energy that has been shot towards your way. This is, to me, resembling Aquarian energy. They may have Aquarius in their chart as well. And then also I want to say too that this person is heavily into researching and reading, that they are a very old soul. They are ancient in their soul. Strong Egyptian vibes I'm getting as well. A very good manifester and someone who is very into alchemy, who is very psychic and has high intuitive abilities. They do quite a bit of, I would say, fighting in order to protect others. And they have a very regal and royal aura, in essence, that is surrounding them at all times. They're very relaxed. They do speak, and when they do speak, they speak with firmness. Very strongly and deeply rooted and planted. Just very stable overall. And I feel like they have quite a bit of love to share. They just don't know how to share it, and they're learning how to share it. But this person is definitely I would say definitely ready to start a new beginning. And definitely with this being the last card, I want to say this is like a venture. the beginning of a new venture, leaping a bound, the level up. Number 4 is about stability, 4th house energy, and that would be Cancer energy. So Cancer may be significant with this particular energy. Very nurturing and loving energy is what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling. Someone who likes to hug. They're like a big teddy bear, a big teddy bear soul, but they may come off like hard as rocks sometimes. But that's how they got to where they are, and that's what they know, and that's what they do. They do cry from time to time. So I'm definitely getting that Cancerian energy here. I'm seeing this as a tear. And that's in this, with this being inside of the stone. I would say that it happens quite often. You just can't see it because of the stone. Like, I feel like if you peek into this tear, you will see behind the stone that there's quite a bit of water. And just seeing this here, as it floats up into this Aquarian energy that we were getting, I'm seeing this as water behind this throne here. So Aquarian energy, Cancerian energy, Aries energy, and then we have Sun energy. So possibly, did I say Sun? Okay, that's why I wasn't getting this as a full moon, because I'm seeing these two as full moons here, but I just said it, and this is the Aries card as well too. So definitely seeing this as a Sun. So more, like I said, the Leo or Aries energy, strong Leo or Aries. I knew I wasn't feeling that as a moon. It just didn't feel that way at all. So yeah, that just came out of my face as a Sun. So that's awesome. And then saying that too, you could see this here as a moon. So someone who could be manifesting and making some certain changes that are designed around moons, full moon cycles. And with the intuitive abilities, I would say too, could see that also as a crystal ball of some sort. So someone definitely doing some manifestation type work here with strong fire energy in their chart. Kind of hiding a lot of their emotion. Very abundant. They like to be out in nature. They may have been outside in nature with their feet in the grass, or they like to do that often. They have a certain place that they like to go that's outdoors. Could be near the beach. And have kind of, I feel like this is kind of like a place that kind of encompasses all of the elements. So that while there's meditation being done, that all of these elements are being encompassed, so that the magic of whatever it is that they're doing kind of seals the deal for what they're looking to do and have result in. And then too, before we go, I'm also noticing how these two rams on the side here, that they have similar matching to what looks like this tear. And so I'm getting duality type energy. We had spoken on Gemini energy with that Two of Staves. This could be that Gemini energy as well. So very majestic, quite mystic, I want to say as well too. But I would say some highly uniqueness in their natal chart for sure. And Aries coming out really strong with us. Now that I'm seeing these matches here, because we were kind of determining if it was more Leo or Aries. You know, I know this is an Aries card, but this is definitely proving the strength of that Aries energy. With Aquarius, I would say to follow. So that is what I'm getting. So this is definitely something, a very good, even though it's the ending card, I would say, again, a venture to a new beginning. This is a very good energy to jump into or with. All right, Daytime Pisces. So this is your reading. Happy birthday to all of you. And I did want to mention to the dates for Pisces and sidereal astrology, and it's March 10th through April 20th for Pisces, for Daytime Pisces, those who have their sun sign in Pisces. So happy birthday to you all. I hope that you all have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day, week, month. I consider birthdays like to be a whole month thing. So if you're not celebrating the whole month, get to it. What are you doing? So yeah, just enjoy yourselves. I'm sending you all lots of love, peace. I wish you joy, happiness, and abundance. Take great care. Peace.